guys, my name is Andrea Lewis. I am an actress and a filmmaker. This is my YouTube channel, and today I want to get a little vulnerable with you and talk about writing yourself in the past and reading it in your future. Hello friends, how are you? I got my hair cut yesterday. I don't know if you can see by the length. Because my hair is tore up to the floor up, baby. I got all kinds of split ends, like in the middle, like it's not a good look. And I knew it. I saw it happening as the summer went, and this is one of those years where I didn't really take care of my hair in the way that I normally do. I'm normally really on it when it comes to getting a trim every 4 months, just a lot of treatments. Like, I'm really on it with my hair. I love having healthy hair, and because of my hair texture, it can fake looking healthy a lot, but I know when it's genuinely healthy, and I love having healthy hair. So put a little Vaseline on because I need it. Over the year, I would say that I was not that kind to my hair. I got a great trim in December, and then yesterday was my other really great trim, and it's August. Like, no, oh my God, it's September. Oh, that is not good enough. Finally did it. My hair was really long, and my stylist was really worried that I was gonna be sad, and I was like, no, please cut. Like, I am aware I do not want very long hair that is full of damage. I never want something like that. So this was what she started with, and I'm gonna be on kind of a healthy hair kick for the next little while. Anyway, I just got my hair done yesterday, but because I have fine hair girlies, please comment if you are a fine hair girly like myself. Okay, you might have a lot of hair strands, but they are very fine. I always wake up and I got like crunches and creases, and so I don't want to do a real like straighten or like going over it. I've just got this kind of hot comby brush thing. It's meant for blowouts, I believe. I don't even know. Maybe it's meant to press. Like, I don't know. Anyway, that's not what I wanted to talk about on here. I'm just ranting and rambling. But I recently reread one of my old journals, a journal from 2018, 19, end of 18 into 19, a little bit of 2020, and even a little bit of 2021 was in it. But nonetheless, in this journal, it really made me a little sad and emotional reading it because I was very depressed. I was very depressed at the time when I was writing in this journal frequently, and the journal was used as more like an exercise to get me out of my head. So a lot of the journal entries were like, I could feel my energy was like trying to fight through. I was very sad, writing that I was sad, but also writing that I was of the belief that I won't always be sad and that I'll feel happier, and that this journal is to try to make me feel happier. And I was like, it came as a real surprise to me to read these entries because I was really sad, but at the same time, like I said, there was a fight. There was a person who was fighting to be on the other side of this thing. And this was 2018, 2019, which is shockingly a while ago, while also feeling like it was yesterday at the exact same time, which is just like I can't even process all of that because of the pandemic and all of this kind of stuff. Crazy thing was, at the same time in these entries of kind of a bit of sadness and depression, I think I've told you guys this on this channel before, but I also have PCOS, and in the past I've had many bouts of depression, of anxiety, of just like kind of like debilitating like sadness, I really will say. Like, I've been on antidepressants before. I've done a lot of self-care work to get me out of those spaces and back into feeling good about myself, and also managing these kinds of things. I'm always aware though that it has to do with my hormonal imbalance and my body and just being out of sorts, and that I have to be very sensitive to my environment and the food and my movement and all those things in order to like keep my head on. So anyway, very depressed in these entries. But at the same time, there was a fight of a person wanting to get onto the other side of this sadness. And there was also a person continually dreaming. And that was the point that I felt was the reason for why I just found my old journal entry and read it for whatever reason, was because I was a dreamer. And even in these sad thoughts, I still kept asking for the exact same thing, which is the things that I always ask for. Honestly, in my career, creatively, I've asked for the exact same thing from the universe, from God, for probably my whole entire life. I really just want to be able to create freely, to have funding easily, to not always have to convince people that I'm the girl for the job, to do the thing, especially if it's an idea of my own. I do not always want to have to be convincing someone that I'm the girl to do the thing that I've brought to you. But nonetheless, all of these things were written in this journal entry, and it did something to me. One, it made me realize that there's always a way through, there's always a way out, there's always something better on the other side. Because like I said, these were 2018, 2019. Literally in 2020, I had one of the craziest years of my life, because though we were in the midst of the pandemic, I was as busy as ever when it came to career, when it came to creativity, when it came to just purposeful work. 2021, even busier. 2022, same. 2023, same. So, and so forth and so forth. And so everything kind of shifted for me within those years, from feeling very stuck and very alone and very unsure of myself in 2018, 2019, but knowing what I wanted and working towards it, but just not sure how it was all going to come together, to then cut to all of these things essentially coming together. And so it was just really crazy to read it. But it was a reminder that even when things are feeling scary and stuck and unsure, that if you keep fighting, you will get to the other side. But you have to keep fighting, and you also have to keep believing. The other thing that it reminded me was that you have to write down all of your goals and all of your ideas. You have to continually write these things down, because they do come to pass, they do come to fruition, and you don't even realize it at the time. That's how it felt, like rereading my own moment and knowing how I felt at the time, and then knowing what was to come not that long after, was just like, oh wow, like patience with yourself. Yeah, it was like a real aha that the scary things feel that way at the moment, but if you can just kind of hold on to some hope that you'll get to the other side of it, you will. But at the time, it feels so scary and so daunting. And so reading these journal entries was like a reminder of that for me. People say that like you have made it through 100% of your challenging days, that you have made it through. You have gotten to the other side of these things. And I'm like, I have. But as a creative, as somebody in an industry that is very fickle, as somebody who like creates her own work on a regular basis in every way, who has to deal with a lot of middlemen, like a lot feels out of my control. And so to read these journal entries from myself, where I was fighting and willing to fight even when I was feeling so dark, was just like, wow. So anyway, there's not a true lesson here. It's more just like a story and like a moment that I had that really helped me to reflect on my wants, my needs, my goals, and also my person. Like just that I am a sensitive girly, I'm a creative girly, and I am trying my best. And I've been trying my best in every version of myself, even when she's depressed, even when she's unsure, even when she has no plan, she still knows what she wants and that she knows that she deserves it. And so to read these journal entries, just like, it gave me a real sense of self-love and self-care, and that going into the future versions of myself, going into the next few days, next year, next month, whatever, that I need to be kinder and not so scared, but just be kind, be softer, be gentler with myself as I move through these versions of myself, and as I move through these steps, pursuing the life that I know how to pursue. And that it all kind of comes together, and you just don't realize it, but it just all comes together. Anyway, if you have recently found your own old journal entry or a note to yourself or a post or something that just made you realize or reflect or see something in yourself that at the time you weren't so patient to see. Let me know in the comments below. I hope that you guys are doing really well. And low key, this was a Self-Love Saturday. Bye.